Hey, it's Party Time, Mom. Welcome to a Thursday episode, Off the Rails, the Chad Prather Show, Studio 22, the mothership, flying into the nether regions of all things Gorilla Mask. I tell you what, you know what? If we had more time to prepare, Chris, we should have gotten some Gorilla Masks. Now, just to see how many people would call us racists. Well, you, not so much, but you can get away with things because you have brown skin.
I was going to say, I already look like a gorilla.
Yeah. I want you to look at me today. Look at me. This is what happens. Give me a full shot here, Mark. Just for everybody. This is what happens when life just passes you by, right? The AC has been out. The air conditioning, we have that in first world countries. The air conditioning has been out in my house. So I've been in a hotel living all this week. And this is what you get right here. I went by the house yesterday morning, and somebody was in the house, and I was like, who's in my house, right? And then it hit me that the housekeeper was there, and she doesn't speak a lick of English.
Juanita was there?
Yeah, she doesn't speak a lick. And I can exhaust my capabilities at Spanish very fast. After Buenos Dias, I'm out. Everything after that is bueno and porquito. So anyway, she was just pouring down with sweat. I felt so bad. I was like,
did you not tell her?
I meant to tell you not to come this week.
I was going to say, did you not tell her, hey, I'm staying at a hotel. I got Juanita too cleaning the hotel room. I don't need you. I felt
so bad. But I kicked her out. I fired her for coming to work. Man, we're heading into the weekend, right? Okay, so I'm going to be, there's so much to talk about today. I want to give it my full attention, although it's hard because I'm scattered everywhere right now because there's so many different things I want to talk about. But we are we're headed out to Colorado tonight. We're going to be in Grand Junction tomorrow. That's Friday. And we're going to be in Pueblo on Saturday. So go to watchchad.com. Come check us out. And aside from that, crisscrossing all over the state of Texas, doing a lot of different stuff. Texas Governor Greg Abbott has now announced a third special session, which is supposed to start September 20th, because they didn't get everything done in the second special. It's a third session. It's the second special session. They didn't get everything done, so now they're going to talk about all the things that should have been common sense and should not even be up for discussion, until you realize that we have a governor who claims to be a conservative who's actually just campaigning on the taxpayer dime and doing everything he can to get his name in the papers so that people will think he's relevant. But don't pay attention to me. I'm just running against the guy. Yes, and I'm doing it dressed like this, Mark. This is what a governor looks like right here. This is what it looks like when you get government out of your life, and just go chill. So many things going on in the world. I alluded to the monkey mask, right? The gorilla mask. For those of you who don't know, we're going to talk about this in the upcoming segment. Larry Elder, our friend Larry Elder, who is a black man and a great conservative voice in California, is running against Gavin Newsom in this recall election. And someone apparently threw what looked to be an egg at him, a white woman. I don't want to assume genders, but I'm assuming that it was a white woman. And she was wearing a gorilla mask with it. So we'll show you that later on. If conservatives had done anything like this, imagine, Chris, just for a second, if we just came on here and with no explanation whatsoever, we were wearing gorilla masks, we would be called racist, like we just would. Because again, Larry Elder's been called a racist. He's been called, he's performing in blackface, is what they've said. The racist rhetoric that comes out of the left is absolutely insane. I get people every single day that want to send me messages or tweet me or something and say, oh, all the racist stuff that comes out of this guy's mouth. Okay. I think we know where the fault lies. Let's go to, I'm gonna do this, and then we're gonna go to a break because I want to get into this Larry Elder thing a little bit because it's important on numerous levels. I don't know how much equity you have in your home. Let's say you got 50,000, 100,000. The more you have, the more dangerous it is for cyber thieves to come in and actually steal your home. Yeah, that's right. They steal your home. everything that a cyber thief needs to take over as the legal owner of your home is online. Remember they had that Facebook data breach where there was like 500 million accounts that were hacked and leaked out there. Everything they need to steal your home is out there. They signed their name to a quitclaim deed, claiming that you sold your home to them, and eventually they will take out loans against the equity in your home, and you wind up getting all of these late payment notices and maybe even eviction or foreclosure notices on your home, and you didn't have anything to do with that. Your mortgage company isn't going to protect you. Identity theft programs aren't going to protect you. There's no insurance. Home title lock is going to be your first and only line of defense. If you go to HometitleLock.com and you register your address right now, they'll tell you if you're already a victim of this crime. They will give you a title history of your home. They'll give you 30 days free. Everything for $100. That's $100 value. They'll give it to you for free when you sign up at HometitleLock.com. I want you to go there and check it out because you got to protect your investment. HometitleLock.com. We'll be right back. All right, Larry Elder, let's talk about it. First of all, play the clip of the gorilla masked idiot. Play this thing. Okay. Just bounced an egg right off his head. There's as our buddy Jeffy said earlier, there's a homeless person that doesn't have food throwing food off of a black man's head. Do you have the rest of that clip? Do you have like the little altercation that happened after? Play that thing. All right, so they throw the egg. Here's the person in the gorilla mask. This guy, obviously security, is going to come up and boom, going to slug him in the face. And then here comes this douchebag who's going to like get in his face. Let me tell you something. If you walk up to me in the street and you bow up in my face like that, again, I go back to what I've said before. You might whip my ass in the end, but by God, you're going to know you just got in a fight. This guy's going to come up here and be the tough, right?
Chad,
I'd have snatched. See, this is why I couldn't do that job.
Yes.
Like, I can take the egg off the head and keep walking. Like, I can do that. But you get in my face, like, I'm snatching that gorilla mask right off. Like, you hit me, and bitch, let me tell you something. That gorilla mask is going up your asshole. You gonna wear that thing permanently. I promise you. Anyway.
Imagine this, a Republican. Imagine if this was a Republican reverse where we're throwing an egg. I don't know. Give me a black person that is running.
Okay, let's say that was what's Butthole Eyes in Chicago.
Oh yeah.
What's her name? The mayor, Lori Lightfoot.
Yes.
Let's say Lori Lightfoot was walking down the street.
Okay.
And a white person wearing a gorilla mask.
With a MAGA hat.
This is MAGA country, right? Remember the whole Jussie Smollett debacle, which wasn't even freaking true. And the outrage, like suddenly, like at what point? When's Gail King going to interview Larry Elder? That was effectively a racist hate crime, is what you just watched. But when's Oprah gonna have Larry Elder on to talk about that? When is The View going to have Larry Elder on to talk about someone hitting him, a candidate for governor, who would, by the way, Larry Elder, if this recall happens and Newsom is recalled, he'll be the first black governor in the history of California. Such an oppressive country we live in. But Larry Elder, a black man walking down the street, they're going to bounce an egg off his head, and then they're going to bow up. Like they're going to start a fight right there.
And by the way, you had no right to bow up.
No,
why were you bowing up?
Like if you watch that clip, this guy comes walking from a good 15 yards, 20 yards away.
Oh yeah.
And like suddenly, what are you going to do? He's going to come up there and defend the honor of this gorilla bitch. Like here he comes walking up, and he's going to get in his face. Brother, let me tell you something. That's
don't do
where
that.
me and you just got in a relationship. And then somebody's going to sucker punch the dude from the
Which
security
was a
guy
female.
from behind.
It was a female got an egg. She snapped an egg on his neck.
Oh, is that what that was?
Yes.
Oh.
There
When
was
y'all, let's go ahead and do this revolution thing. When y'all want to do it? Like, we want to schedule this? Do we need to set up a calendar? Do we need to send out a Zoom call invite? Like, how do we do this revolution thing? Because I think we're on the verge. Like, we're at that point now where we're not getting back together as a country. Like, this breakup is ugly. And we're just taking a long, long time. The problem is we're so apathetic towards this tyrannical bullshit and the stuff where we have flipped the script so many times that it's okay for liberals to be racist. It's okay for, quote, progressives to be these absolute hate-filled, spite-filled racists that are out there. They're the ones who, I mean, come on. They're the ones that are exemplifying the Nazi behavior, this genocidal behavior. Like right now, let's take a couple of examples. Like, for instance, right now, with this new heartbeat bill in the state of Texas. Everybody's wanting to boycott Texas, right? Why? Because you can't engage in infanticide anymore? You can't have well, people are going to be getting back alley abortions. Well, by all means, let's make it a clean, sterile place for you to commit murder. This is the kind of thing, and you just call it, let's just start calling it what it is. A person wearing a monkey mask. Remember when Bubba Wallace had a supposed noose? It was actually just a pull-down cord in his garage, right? But he said, oh, it was a noose. That was a hate crime. That is all we talked about for 6 weeks was a noose. And it wasn't a noose. But you bounce an egg off of Larry Elder's head walking down the street. Nobody's going to talk about it. I hate getting us worked up over this dumb shit, Chris. And I apologize for the language. I really don't. Because I, like, okay, like a minute ago, I was just saying, hey, let's have a revolution. And you guys were like, shit, yeah. And then I say, fuck. And y'all are like, I can't watch this guy anymore. I can't watch this guy anymore. Look at me today. Show them the full screen. Do I look like I care today? I don't. Let's do this. Please, God, give me that. In this governor race that I'm in, please give me that kind of publicity. Somebody please bounce an egg off of me. Wearing a gorilla mask or something. I mean, why don't you just wear a KKK hood? It's fitting for you Democrats. It's fitting for you liberals. I'm so freaking pissed off at the hypocrisy.
I don't want to get you upset, but
Yeah,
how would Larry Elders feel when you have President Barack Obama going against him? Did you see that new ad that Obama?
Play it. You got it. Play it.
Hello, Californians. You've got a big choice to make by September 14th. Governor Newsom has spent the past year and a half protecting California communities. Now Republicans are trying to recall him from office and overturn common sense COVID safety measures for healthcare workers and school staff. Your vote could be the difference between protecting our kids and putting them at risk.
They not only said it, they put it in print on that ad. Gavin Newsom mandated. Nothing says freedom like the word mandate. Nothing says liberty. Nothing says America like the word mandate. He mandated all state employees to get a vaccine. And there's this douchebag, Barack Obama, who is going to stand up and defend that. Barack Obama wouldn't piss on your head if your brain was on fire, first of all. He don't care if you're black, gay. It doesn't matter. I mean, let's push it a little bit further. If I brought Candace Owens on this show, and Candace is a friend. If I brought Brandon Tatum on this show, Brandon's a friend. The Hodge twins have been on this show a couple of times. They're friends. If I bring it, you know what people are going to say? People are going to call him Coon. They're going to call him Uncle Tom. They're going to call them sellouts. They're going to tell him the white man's slave. They're going to call him a white man's slave. Because I've seen it. I've seen the comments. And then it's just going to get swept under the rug because that's okay. It's free game on conservatives. And what we want to do, what we do, here's where we are stupid as conservatives. Here's where we're dumb. Well, we've got to rise above. We got to be better than that. Not anymore. Not anymore. It's time to kick the shit out of some people, man. And I don't care if you do it verbally. And forget this online keyboard warrior crap. Forget all this. Let's just go ahead and set the fucking date, man. I mean, seriously, let's just set the date. Because I'm so tired of it, Chris. Like I'm just literally done with look, I've been called an insurrectionist. I wasn't in Washington, D.C. on January 6th. I was supposed to be, or I was at least invited. I didn't go. I didn't feel like going. I'd been to D.C. enough for enough protests and rallies. But I've been called an insurrectionist. I've been called a supremacist. I've been called a Nazi. I've been called a racist. I've been called a hillbilly. I got death threats this week. I can show you the emails. One email said, "You're next. You're next." Well, bitch, let me tell you where to find me. You better bring more than a fucking egg, I can tell you that. How many times can you bleep me today, Chris?
I like this. So
well, I don't know, but you're a heathen. I'm going to have to repent later. I'm pissed off, man. I am pissed off.
The whole, I hate to play well, what if this was a Republican? But
let's play it because it's a fact.
We
what
have
if this was a conservative? What if this, like if a conservative had done this, Gail King, would they be booking the damn show right now? George Stephanopoulos, they would already have it scheduled.
Chad,
they would have the interviews. He'd be on Good Morning America tomorrow.
They will forget about COVID. They would have forgot about Afghanistan, but all this stuff, and it will be the next biggest thing compared to I don't even know. I don't even know what to compare it to.
It would be Armageddon, dude. It would be, look at these crazy, these, I'm not letting this one go. Because I'm not going to let this go. Because this is, I'm tired of using the word hypocrite and hypocrisy, but I'm not going to let this one go. Because everything's been swept under the rug. We've been labeled, we've been classified, we've been marginalized, we've been deplatformed, we've been demonetized, we've been all these different things. And people want to come at me, Chris, and they're like, "Oh my God, every time Chad Prather goes on the line, he's selling a shirt or he's selling," and whatever. You can't, 9 of the 10 things that I post on social media are news related, media related, they're policy related. I put all this stuff out there. You don't see it. You know why? Because I'm censored. I'm censored. Larry Elder is censored, right? But Barack Obama going to come out and tell you got to be vaccinated. And Governor Newsom, who, by the way, mandated for everybody that works for the state to get vaccinated and shut the state down in California, which, by the way, actually costs me money because I haven't been able to do a show there since February of 2020. But he can go to French Laundry, and he can eat with his friends.
Do you think?
I'm so pissed off. You know what, God? You know what? I've been sitting here analyzing my own heart, Chris. You know what's got me pissed off? Was that bald-headed douchebag.
Oh, yes,
that came and
absolutely.
Voted up at the security guy.
Yes, because, do you think that I would like to see the positive of these attacks? I know this is not something we do, attack other people, but is this a sign that Larry Elders will be the next governor of California? Yeah. And I want to see the light at the end of the tunnel, and I'm sorry that Larry Elders is going through this, but this gives me a little bit of hope that everything that Larry Elders is doing in that state will come back to him. And he kept his calm. He didn't engage. Security did his thing. But this makes me feel that Larry Elders could be and probably will be the next governor of California.
I hope so.
And California is going to change.
Coming from a white guy in Texas, I'm such a racist.
You are racist.
I hope that Larry Elder becomes the next governor. You got the Newsom clip?
We do have the Newsom clip.
Play
Yeah.
that thing.
Oh, no on this recall, don't you? I mean, this isn't even close. On the other side of this recall, if we're not successful in rejecting this recall, Larry Elder is going to be sworn in as your next governor.
I hope so.
And by the way, I got a nice picture of Newsom. Is this a picture you were talking about that he looks like the devil?
He's the devil. Look at that, Lucifer. Gavin Lucifer Newsom. Oh my gosh. People are going to be like, we can't watch the Chad Prather show anymore on Thursdays. He's really angry. Well, I am. I am really angry. And you know what? And I said it last week. I said, we won't even be talking about Afghanistan by Wednesday next week. And of course, that's like nobody's talking about Afghanistan now. Nobody's talking about it. Nobody's going to talk about this either. Anyway. Oh, my gosh. Hey, you ever read the fine print that appears when you start browsing in incognito mode? It says that your activity might still be visible to your employer, your school, or your internet service provider. They can't, I don't even know why they call it incognito. To really stop people from seeing the sites you visit, you need to do what I do and use ExpressVPN. Think about all the times you've used Wi-Fi at a coffee shop, hotel, even your parents' house. Without ExpressVPN, every site you visit could be logged by the admin of that network, and that's still true even when you're in incognito mode. So I don't think your parents want you. You don't want them to see what you've been looking at. What's more, your home internet provider can also see and record your browsing data. In the U.S., they're legally allowed to sell that data to advertisers. ExpressVPN is an app that encrypts all of your network data and reroutes it through a network of secure servers that keep your online activity private. Works with all your devices, super easy to use. The app literally has one button. You tap it to connect, and your browsing activity is secure from prying eyes. So stop letting strangers invade your online privacy. Go to expressvpn.com/watchchad. Use my link, expressvpn.com/watchchad, to get 3 extra months free. That's expressvpn.com/watchchad to learn more. We'll be right back. Well, like I said, it's one of those off the rails episodes, right? So it's a typical Thursday. I get so fired up. What do we want to talk about? Let's talk about let's talk about another favorite ignoramus, Joy Behar. Of course, Joy Behar, she said unvaccinated COVID patients don't deserve medical help since they've chosen to listen to the lies on Fox News. Play that clip.
I just think it's a slippery slope, and we have to make sure we care.
I think you have a good point about it, that it is possibly, you could say to a smoker, listen, you've been killing yourself, or you've been eating yourself out of house and home, and the obesity is killing you, whatever. But that's a long-term habit that somebody has gotten into. This is a decision that somebody makes based on false information. So I say, if you have a case, go to Tucker Carlson and make your case, because he's telling you lies. He and other people on Fox and on some parts of Facebook are telling you lies about the vaccine. I mean, I have people in my family say, well, I want to get pregnant and the vaccine could hurt my fertility. No, there is no evidence of this. They are hearing things all over the place that are false. So now you have cancer, or you have to get a stent, or what have you, and you're not able to get a bed because someone has chosen to defy the science.
First of all, let me just be clear. Mia Love is hot. Okay? That's a pretty lady. Right? And I know. I wish she would have reached over and slapped the shit out of Joy, though. Mia loves, she's a cutie. Call me Mia. The logic here is just leaves a lot to be desired, honestly. What are the lies? Like she says, you're being lied to. What are the lies? We all know people who have gotten vaccinated, and the response to that has been they got sick. We have someone that we're connected to who passed away at 38 years old from COVID complications after being fully vaccinated. I mean, are you telling me that's a lie? Because that person's not here anymore. I mean, they died from complications with COVID after being fully vaccinated. Is that a lie? I know people personally. I know people in my family who can't get the vaccine because they have an autoimmune disease. They can't do it. They physically cannot do it. And I also know people who have gotten vaccinated in my family that it made them sick. They literally had the symptoms for a week after, so what, is that a lie? Let's talk about Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan got COVID, doctored himself up with Ivermectin, that horse dewormer, which is, by the way, a medicine that was awarded a Nobel Prize in 2015 for its use in humans. So to call it a horse dewormer is like saying your Quaker oatmeal is horse food. That's just ignorant. So where's the lie, Joy? But to sit there and say, oh, well, people who have gotten fat and have been obese because they've eaten for years, or they've smoked, well, that's taken years for them to develop that habit. Now, I wonder if Joy smokes, because she's certainly fat. I wonder if she smokes. I bet she does. And she's also worn blackface historically. So just throwing that out there, which is not anything to do with this issue. Just want to remind everybody that this chick's a bitch. A hypocritical one at that. And so
hasn't been canceled.
She's not going to get canceled. I mean, she is the host, right? You ever notice, is Whoopi still on that show?
Yes.
You ever notice that Whoopi Goldberg shaves her eyebrows?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Yes.
I always wondered why she was so weird looking.
Which, by the way, speaking about Whoopi is Whoopi. She's my hall pass.
What?
Yes, she is gorgeous. She is
Bro,
gorgeous.
You want to talk about setting the bar low? Chris, somebody sent me, a good buddy of mine, shout out to my boy Doug Whitworth. He texted me yesterday and he said, did I hear Chris Cruz say that he dated a tranny, or did I mishear that? I said, no, brother.
No, brother.
It's
true.
Exactly what you heard.
And Chad seen pictures of this human.
I would have made the same mistake.
Thank you.
I would have made the same mistake. But where's the lie, Joy? Where is the lie? She says, oh, well, this is an immediate decision. You're acting like this is some kind of tested, proven, documented vaccine. This is an experimental drug. Now, look, we're not even going to get into this because we don't have time to, but now we have all this leaked information that proves that Fauci was lying about the origins of the Wuhan COVID virus. What do you think they're lying about when it comes to this vaccine? What's time going to tell us about this so-called experimental drug? We don't even know which one to take. Do you take the Moderna? Do you take the Johnson & Johnson? Do you take the Pfizer? We don't know, right? Why do they come with warnings on them? Because they don't know what they're going to do to you. So where's the lie, Joy? Where's the lie? I'll tell you where the lie is. That they've lied about the origins of this virus. They've lied about what you can use to doctor this virus. Believe it or not, and this may be the last show I ever do. Believe it or not, the ivermectin and the hydroxychloroquine, they work. They actually work. Like, people have treated themselves. And you're like, well, what, people are going to overdose on ivermectin. Well, maybe if the medical community would embrace the fact that it freaking works, they could put out dosing information and actually prescribe it, since it is designed to work in humans as well. But they don't want to do that because ivermectin is a cheap drug and Big Pharma can't make money off of ivermectin. But they're making a ton of money off of this so-called vaccine. I went to the pharmacy yesterday. My new favorite pastime is coughing in the CVS. I just go in and start coughing hysterically. Like, I don't cough on people. Don't get me wrong. Like, if somebody does that, I'm going to punch them in the mouth. I'm not accosting people. I just stand over in aisle 7 in front of the prophylactics and just start coughing. Because nobody ever stands in front of the prophylactics at the pharmacy, right? That's like the one private area. People kind of scoot past the lube and the prophylactics, and they just kind of glancingly pull what they need off the shelf as they're walking by. Nobody hangs out. So I go over there and find a little me time in front of the prophylactics, and I just have a little coughing fit. That's what I do. And I just you could see eyeballs just kind of rising up over the I was in the CVS yesterday, and they have all those testing kits. It's like $50. $50. This has become big industry, man. There was also a lady in there. There was a lady in there who was wearing rain boots and shorts. It wasn't raining, with a mask on her face, and she was one of those. You know the kind. You just know she's a liberal, right? You just get the hairdo and the smell of patchouli. You just knew. And she was talking. I thought she was like on the phone. She was talking to herself with the mask on. She was having a full-blown conversation with herself in the CVS. But we're the crazy ones, by the way.
Well, Chad, I was yesterday taking my sons to the doctor. The lady who checked me in was wearing goggles, face shield, double mask, okay? And I was wearing my mask under my nose. And then she says, "You need to wear your mask inside my office." And I was like, okay, fine. I would just hold my breath. So I was like, I just hold my breath so that you don't die and sign the paperwork. I'll say out of the thing. She called the supervisor on me, and it was me.
Come on.
Supervisor in between me and her being the mediator. And her, that just tells me that person that is wearing goggles, face shield, and double mask, that tells me that none of that stuff works.
Right.
Because you're offended that Mr. Chris doesn't have his nose covered.
I can't wait to get on an airplane this afternoon. Oh, I'm so serious. I need my stocks to really take off. So I just disappear. Hey, we were talking about revolution earlier. You know what you got to do? You got to practice with your firearms. But the cost of ammo, right? You got to save that for the actual war. This stuff's too expensive. You want a cost-effective, simple way to practice? iTarget Pro. iTarget invented to give law-abiding gun owners a better and safe way an inexpensive way to train in the safety and privacy of your own home. You don't have to go to the range. No more expensive practice ammunition. Download iTarget's proprietary app. Load the laser bullet into your firearm and start training right there in your home. Dry fire training is going to help develop muscle memory, sharpen target reaction speed, sight alignment, trigger function, a whole lot more. It comes with all the major calibers, including 223 for your AR. So stay sharp with iTarget Pro. You'll save 10% off. Plus, you'll get free shipping with offer code CHAD. I spell it Chad. Smart way for you to practice, folks. Go get it. Pays for itself immediately. iTargetPro.com. Offer code Chad. Be right back. So, if you're still here, not offended yet, and my anger and my profuse cursing and my calls for revolution haven't driven you away, and you're still interested in having a common guy perhaps represent you as governor of Texas, you can go to Prather2022.com. I encourage you to sign up, and we send out a daily email. Chris and Mark, I send out a daily email, and it's sometimes about once a week I'll put a personal letter. I want to read the one that's coming out tomorrow, actually. I put a picture of Gene Wu, who is a Democratic House rep here in Texas. His tweet, he said, "You don't need to fly to Afghanistan to fight the Taliban." In other words, he's saying the Taliban is right here in Texas. So I wrote this letter. I said, as the 20th anniversary of 9/11 approaches, the general state of the nation makes its commemoration especially sobering. If you had asked the average American in 2001 if the United States would be more or less unified in the future, they most certainly would have said more. But 20 years later, division among Americans is certainly palpable, and not because of 9/11. America is not the America you thought it was. When the biggest wedge between its citizens is the Heartbeat Act and vaccines, it means that there's a cultural breakdown. The Texas Heartbeat Bill should be a uniting force to save future citizens. Instead, buffoon representatives equate the pro-life movement with the Taliban. Though many of these Texas Taliban fought and died in Afghanistan. I must ask, will all barriers to every perverse human indulgence need to be broken in the name of leftist freedom? If calling abortion freedom and mask mandates science sounds bizarre, it's because it is. Conservatives and liberals live in different realities, and it must be said that the leftist vision of morality and nature is wrong. For this reason, to fight leftists using their terms and ahistorical framework is a waste of time, especially when Republicans control Texas government. Instead, we must focus our efforts on Republicans. Texas Republicans need to know that they don't have the time to negotiate with the wackos and virtue signal. This is not a popularity contest, no matter how much rhinos want it to be. The left's malicious policy proposal merit a just and measured response. In his 1951 farewell address to Congress, General Douglas MacArthur told Americans, "In war, there is no substitute for victory." Damn straight. The answer is victory, and the only thing to bridge the current divide is a strong leader confident in his belief. Let's take the 20th anniversary of 9/11 to remember the fallen and to remember what and who made Texas great. Sincerely, Chad Prather. Prather for Governor 2022. Prather2022.com. We're more divided now than ever because we're continually putting up with these wackos and allowing their sense of reality to pervade our existence. I need a TikTok. Play it. Make me feel guilty.
Twice in my entire life, I have been embarrassed about purchasing something. The first time was when I had to buy tampons for myself. The second time was when I had to buy condoms for myself. And today, I'd like to say, is the third time I felt embarrassed about a purchase. Do you want to know what that is? Ivermectin. I had to go to a feed store and get this for my actual horse. But all I could think about was people are going to think I'm eating this shit. And I was so embarrassed that I actually bought other horse items so people wouldn't think that I was a nut job. But I have to tell you that when this came across the register, the woman behind the counter smirked at me and then passed it back. Guys, stop!
Until you actually get COVID and you're like, you're out there brushing your teeth with that stuff because and shoving it up your ass because you don't know what to do with it. That is what embarrasses her. That, like going and buying Ivermectin. That's what embarrasses her. God forbid you find something that works, man. Oh, boy. You know what? I bet she goes, and you know what I bet she also does is, and again, no offense to those of you who use this, because I believe in it. I bet she buys essential oils. Like, I bet she burns candles and she tries to find her happy place, her peaceful place in order to stay mentally healthy, right? She home and she's probably, rubbing, essential oils on her, on her warts and stuff like that. It's just like, but that's what embarrassed her, is having to go buy Ivermectin. Ivermectin, a medicine, let me reiterate, that was awarded a Nobel Prize for its use in human beings. I mean, this is, forget the idea that we have actual medical science out there where people can go and like, there's actual medicines that are pretty complex that a lot of study and research went into and has a very functional use, but you're embarrassed because you had to go buy the horse ivermectin. And let me say again, this is why the prophylactic aisle at CVS is so quiet. Like, it's just a good place to go talk to the Lord or to yourself, or have a coughing fit because of what she said right there. She was embarrassed with the first time. I'm glad to know she's at least getting laid, right? I won't make a horse joke right there, but I'm happy that that reminds me of the old Rodney Carrington bit where he said he went to the sex toy store and he bought his wife something, and he was like embarrassed to buy this big old, Great American Challenge or whatever you want to call it. And he said that it was in a paper bag on his front seat, and the cop pulled him over for speeding. And the cop looks in and he goes, what's in the bag? He goes, I don't know. I stole this truck. Oh, my gosh. It's Ivermectin, officer. I'm so tired of stupidity, man. Chris, I can't with these people, man. It is just pure insanity. Y'all hang tight. We'll be right back. Hey, we made fun of that Lindsay golf girl, whatever, the sportscaster girl, who, don't touch me, respect my space. That felt violated.
Yes.
Did one of our viewers tell us that she's the same one who thought coyotes were actually bringing?
Yes.
Like actual dogs.
Yes,
Coyotes
actually,
were bringing
the coyote animal.
Children across the board.
She thought babies were being carried by coyotes. That's the same human.
She is a gift that keeps giving.
Oh, she was great. I don't feel guilty at all. I didn't feel guilty before. Now I feel great.
I feel pretty good about it. I love that we shamed her.
Oh, yes. And this show is powerful. This show is powerful.
We do have, like Kim Jong Un watches us.
Yes,
listens
he does.
to us. I don't know what they do in Radio Free Korea, but apparently, because we just talked about him the other day, look at him looking all svelte. I said, we haven't seen him. There he is.
He came out yesterday.
40 pounds lighter.
Yup.
He's like a whole other human being. Like he literally could be.
Yeah.
Looking good, Kim.
It does look good. He was kissing babies.
Yeah, he's all westernized now.
Yeah.
He's got the Trump effect.
Yes.
He's looking fabulous. I don't know about you. I don't know if you know Kim Jong Un. I know Kim Jong Un. He's a lot of man. He's a lot less now. We dropped to a 4.9 review.
Who was that person? Who was that person that gave us a 4?
Like we've always been like a 5-star rating.
Yes.
And go leave us a rating and review. Here's a review that I'm just afraid to read right now, especially based on the first segment of this show. In my, from Howard, part of our homeschool crap. We love the Chad Prather Show, homeschool our 4 boys, and watch the show with my oldest son. This supplements our civics, critical thinking, and social studies lessons. Chad, for governor, you've got our vote. Thank you, Howard. And let me, as an unapologetic patriot, be the first one to apologize to the boys. I was angry, Howard. Howard, I was pissed off. Okay? You know, look, your boys, God bless them. They're going to be cannon fodder in the revolution anyway. Just go ahead and let them know. They're going to hear worse. I can't wait to get the reviews from this episode. From Chad's pastor. There it is. Oh, man, I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. Don't start the fight without me, okay? I got to go to Colorado. I'll see you tomorrow night in Grand Junction. And Saturday night, I'll see you in Pueblo. And then, of course, next week, we're bouncing around. Going to be in Fredericksburg and also Kerrville. Go to watchchad.com. It's where all the fun stuff is. You can subscribe to blazetv.com as well. And chadonblaze.com has some fun merch. We love y'all. God bless you. We'll talk to you on Monday. Stay safe. Bye.